Well, hello and welcome to Iowa Crossroads. This is a format because it's me, Harry O, from the rock side, and this guy,
Yeah, the other side, Harry. There you go.
Long Finger.
Jay Brooks from 98.7 Kiss Country on the country side of things. So,
Yeah, hello. So we like to do a lot of nonprofit, a lot of fundraiser, benefit type of stuff in this format, and we call it Iowa Crossroads. And you'll be able to see this on many social platforms, including our websites as well at 1037thefoxrocks.com. And your website is what, Jay?
98.7kisscountry.com.
Very good. Today's guests are Geri and Kelsey. Yes. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
Yeah, this is all about a Parkinson's event that's coming up here this Saturday. It's going to be at, it's called Shake, Rattle, and Stroll for Parkinson's. And as you can see on the scroll underneath us right there, it's a big event that's going to be happening at City Park in Clear Lake. Geri, let's start with you. This is something that you started, what, was it 5 years ago?
Correct.
Yeah, 5 years ago. So tell us what's been going on in those 5 years.
Well, it's been overwhelming the amount of money that's been raised with this event for Parkinson's disease. I think the first year that we did it, I said, Hal, I'll be happy if we raise $5,000. Well, we well exceeded that. We raised over $20,000 that we could donate to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Wow. So the community has just been overwhelmingly supported. I should say communities, because it's not just a Clear Lake event. We've got people from many surrounding towns in the area and some out of state too as well.
I think a lot of people know Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, that makes it.
Parkinson's for how long?
I think it was 25 or 28 when he was diagnosed. He was very young.
Yeah. Still good to know that he's hanging in there, but he needs help, doesn't he? I mean,
yeah, he is. He's struggled the last few years. It's been hard for him.
Yeah.
So what kind of story, or why'd you get involved with this, Geri?
Well, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 7 years ago. Okay. It was a shock to me. I was not prepared for anything like that. My dad had Parkinson's as well. So I just, I guess what was surprising to me is that when I would talk to people about it, they were shocked. They didn't know much about it. They always thought it was an old person's disease. And even though I'm only 62, I don't think I'm that old. So I wanted to get some more information out about it.
Young.
I wanted to get more information out about it, and I wanted to learn myself. And so I was learning that. I wanted to just be able to share that with other people. And plus, to meet other people with Parkinson's, we can support each other as well.
And Kelsey, how about you? What's your involvement with this? I think you're going to kind of, we're passing the baton, as I assume, and
right.
You should get into that conversation here.
Yeah, my dad was diagnosed 3 years ago, I think, and he met Geri through Rocksteady Boxing in Mason City at the Y, and she was putting this 5K on, and so as a family, we all showed up. I had a lot of my friends come and just be at the event, and it was a really fun day, and I got to know Geri and just sold some raffle tickets here and there for that first one, and then we had the discussion. Geri kind of said she was ready to move on, and so as a family, we decided we wanted to keep the 5K going, and it was a really fun day, and I've only been to one, so we're excited.
Wow.
So how do people make a donation, or how are you raising funds?
We have both of us have connections with people that have just sent us money, which is amazing. I love going to the mailbox and getting money instead of having to pick up bills.
Right.
And then they've done fundraising as far as with selling the raffle tickets, and I'll let Kelsey explain about that more. And then we have had people buying shirts, T-shirts, and that money, part of that money goes. Deckers has been very generous in giving us a nice price for those, and they part of that money goes with the fund as well.
Awesome. Yeah. You want to talk about that, Kelsey? I mean, the whole 5K. I guess talk about the day, this Saturday at City Park in Clear Lake. What's going on? Registration, all that stuff.
Yeah. Registration starts at 9 and the 5K starts at 10. So far, fingers crossed. I think the weather is supposed to be good. So nice and sunny. I know Geri in the past has had some rainy days, and
horrible.
When I went, it was cold. So we're excited about that. So after the 5K, we have made it pretty clear that we want people to participate if they can, but they don't need to complete the entire 5K. It's a very informal timing. People can run if they want to, but we just want everyone to be together and celebrate the people with Parkinson's basically and the families to get together. It's a very fun day that way. We will have a raffle ticket drawing after the 5K is complete. We're guessing around 11:15. We sold 200 raffle tickets for $50 each. So that's been one huge fundraiser for us. And we have 6 prizes there. We have a 7-day in Colorado, 4 Iowa football tickets, 4 Iowa State football tickets, a night stay at the Lakeside Inn in Clear Lake, an annual membership to Lake Fit, and then a 2-hour boat cruise with the Lake Time Boat Club. So we were really fortunate that those businesses and people with connections donated those great items to help us get a kickstart on those raffle ticket prizes.
Wow, that's great prizes.
Yeah, for sure.
How long does this day usually last? I mean, a good 4 to 5 to 6 hours, or I would think.
In the past, we've been done about noon. By the time you do the raffle, and people visit with each other and take pictures and stuff. Things kind of dissipate shortly after that.
Okay. But be in Clear Lake at City Park if you want to. Is there a way to pre-register for that, or do you just show up?
Yep, we actually have a website. The kids in Charles City at the high school, my dad's a teacher, so we had them create a website for us. So that's been nice. People could sign up there. And then also the day of, obviously people can sign up too. So
can they sign up on the Facebook that we're showing everybody? Because the Shake, Rattle, and Stroll is on Facebook, right?
Yep. I believe our website is right on that page. So
okay, good.
They can just go to that.
It's nice to have. I think it's nice to have pre-registration going on. That way
definitely. We have over 100 people registered, so it's nice to be prepared.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. The nice thing about people when they come that day to register is often they'll throw down extra money. They'll just say, "Oh, here, just keep this. This I want to give you extra." So people are just really, really generous.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
Awesome.
So, is it a race? I mean, the 5K or no?
Not for me.
I mean, it is, but it's not a big pressure.
Okay.
It's not a big deal, but I know there will be some people that run or walk. We do have a timing system down. We got this big inflatable finish line this year, so that'll be fun. We have an announcer coming, a starter coming, things like that. So we're just trying to make it a fun day, basically. This year, we decided to do teams, kind of like what you've seen at the Relay for Life event, where that came from. I surprised my dad a few years ago with this 5K. We ordered Team Todd shirts as a surprise for him. And so everybody showed up in their Team Todd shirts. My brother in DC took pictures. Cool. Facebook was just flooded with Team Todd shirts. So we decided it'd be cool if, other people with Parkinson's created teams too. So I know Geri has a team. I think we have almost 8 teams.
That's great.
It's either in honor of someone or in memory of someone. So it'll be fun to see all the support that day.
I don't know, Jay, could you even walk a 5K? I think walk, or walk fast or anything like that.
No, because that's why I do the walk-a-block.
That's right. That's right. You guys didn't know Jay does a thing for autism, and
cool.
And he does a walk-a-block on that. And they literally walk a block and it's done.
That's it.
Nice and short.
We're done in 5 minutes.
We do see people there in wheelchairs. We see people pushing baby strollers, pulling wagons, walking dogs. So people feel comfortable doing what's best for them, works for them.
Right.
Yep.
I'd like to ask you guys, Shake, Rattle, and Stroll, and Geri, maybe you've called it this for a while here now, and let's just let everybody in on the whole white elephant in the room. You do shake, right?
Yes.
When you have Parkinson's,
I do.
It's a shaking thing, right? So
Yep.
Is that how you came up with the title of this, or what? Give us
with Parkinson's disease, some people have tremors, or some people have problems with balance. So the shaking part came when just because that's what we do, right. And the strolling just kind of came with the walk. Okay. So that's kind of how we came up with that together. When I was first diagnosed with Parkinson's, my brother, youngest brother, is a very subtle, dry sense of humor. And it's one of the first things he said to me is, "Well, you can make a good martini someday."
Shaken, not stirred. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So educate us a little bit, or myself anyway. What are some of the things that you noticed and how you came about of knowing that it was Parkinson and going to the doctor? Was it an annual checkup that you noticed it, or was it a thing that you go, something's not right?
Yeah, I honestly think I was diagnosed when I was 55. I honestly think that I had Parkinson's probably at least 10 years prior to that.
Really?
Because I had tremors then, and I went to my doctor and I was put on some medication for something else, and it kind of dissipated and I didn't pay too much attention to it. And then about 7 years ago, I kind of noticed, wow, that my right hand is really shaking. I was having a hard time putting makeup on because my hand is shaking. And so I went to my doctor, and she said, oh, I'd rather you see a neurologist about this. So the neurologist I went to was one that I had gone to with my dad and my mom, because my dad had Parkinson's.
Mm-hmm.
And so he started doing this testing to me, and I looked at him and I said, do you think I have Parkinson's? And he said, I know you do. So that was kind of my start with it. And I was very, very shocked. I was not prepared for that at all.
Can you share with us how far have we come in the research?
Research has come a long, long way. When people were first diagnosed with Parkinson's, there's only one medication for about 50 years, and that's carbidopa-levodopa. And that was the only medication that they found that was effective in helping with slowing down the progression of Parkinson's. You can't stop it, but you can slow the progression down. And now today, there are quite a few different forms of carbidopa-levodopa. I take 3 medications, and all 3 of them have some form of carbidopa-levodopa in them that is distributed throughout my body at different times during the day. Try to cover me the best that it can.
Wow. And so you take this medication, you'll probably have to take this medication the rest of your life? Or
Yeah, when everybody is on different medication, that's one of the things that we talk about a lot at Rock Steady Boxing, which has become kind of our support group too. We support each other and encourage each other and share our woes and share, what's working for us, what's not, just to help each other. And everybody's on different medication. It took me a little while to find the medications that were going to work best for me and the dosage that was going to work best for me. And I know Todd has heard, Kelsey's dad has had the same things. We've talked about it. So we kind of share that in our time, and what's working, what's not working, and those kind of things.
Yeah, and Kelsey, you said you're part of this Rock Steady Boxing as well. Can you kind of explain what that is to the viewer right now? That's a support group, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, and Geri, obviously, it's only people with Parkinson's that go to the class. So I've been to the registration class, but I'm not a part of it. I just heard from my dad. I've done a couple workouts with him. With COVID, they were Zoom, and so I did a couple workouts with him. Jana Pincer is the coach, and her mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's very young, in her 30s, I want to say. And so Jana has a very, a big connection with Parkinson's, and she just has a desire to help people. And so my dad found that Rock Steady Boxing when he was first diagnosed, because he needed to take care of himself. And I know they do a lot of things with balance, strength. But obviously, there's a lot of things they try to do with their hands just to help work both sides of your brain, I know. But my dad really enjoys it. And I thought it was a hard workout. So it is for him, if I thought it was. So, but I think it's been really good, because I know Jana makes them go around and say, good things about their day, bad things about their day, maybe. So Geri said a support group, they can talk about doctors, patient, and you just don't feel so alone, I think. And that's why my dad has really enjoyed it.
Very therapeutic.
It is.
Yes.
It is. We laugh a lot. We can cry together.
Yeah.
It is. It's really good.
Geri, you're for me personally, you're the only one I know that has Parkinson's that I know of. Okay. There might be some ones that maybe just haven't been diagnosed or anything like that. But so is there some statistics that you can share with us? Like, I don't know, is 1 in 10 have it? 1 in 20? I mean, is it a rare thing, or what? Any numbers at all?
Yeah, it's about 1 in, I would say about 1 in 8 people are diagnosed with Parkinson's. Yeah. And a lot of times people don't know about it until later, because maybe their symptoms become more prominent.
Sure.
And so I think that's why a lot of people think it's an old person's disease.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they don't expect that people younger typically you don't hear about those very often.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask too. I'm going, a lot of people think that this is an older person's disease, when, Michael J. Fox has had it when he was younger. And then, but what are some of the things, I mean, you say that you've had it maybe for longer than what you've been diagnosed. So what are some of the things that people might notice early stages before being diagnosed with having it?
Well, one of the things, it obviously is the tremors, and then the balance. Some people have real hard time with balance. They kind of start to wobble a little bit, or I call it the Tim Conway shuffle. They kind of shuffle their feet. Those are things that people have. One of the things that's kind of strange that I hadn't heard about before was that I had melanoma before, and that sometimes goes hand in hand with Parkinson's disease. Also, loss of sense of smell. I can still taste, but I can't smell. So those kind of things. People can have slow time kind of processing things, maybe. Their brain's kind of foggy, and sometimes the words that come out of their mouth aren't maybe always the way that they think they are. And so there's some confusion on that. So there's just those, I would say the shaking and the tremors and the balance are probably the two biggest things that people notice.
Wow, that's something else. And then the loss of taste and smell, that's like COVID on top of
Yeah.
That's crazy. And I want to say, Geri, because on another podcast we talked last night, can you talk about the fact is it hereditary?
It can be, but it's not always hereditary, right?
All right.
And there's not a test that you can go in and say, do I have Parkinson's? Do I not have Parkinson's? I had an MRI. Dr. Yamardi could show me right on my scan where the area was that the dopamine was being affected.
Awesome. Geri Berding and Kelsey Utes joining us here in Iowa Crossroads. Our way to do a video podcast to get out there and tell people what's going on. Again, it's in City Park, Clear Lake, this Saturday. Be there. If you haven't registered, I'd be there early because it starts at 10 o'clock.
Right.
So be there around 9 o'clock. I'm sure you start getting lines formed and a crowd forming probably around 8:30 or 9, I'm sure. And then you guys will take it from there. So really applaud you ladies for doing what you're doing. And I know that, Geri, you've been working hard with this for a good 7 years or 5 years, and you're going to be passing the baton now to Kelsey. So
yeah, it's great. I was very thankful they took it over. They've done an amazing job. They're incorporating a lot of new things, which is wonderful. So I'm very grateful for them.
Okay. Again, there's more information, on Facebook, right?
Correct.
Just look up Shake, Rattle, and Stroll. Anything else, Jay, that you'd like to throw in?
No, I think they covered it all up.
Go ahead, Geri.
I just say no. I just thank you for having us. We appreciate the time.
Awesome. Very good. Well, we hope that you share this, especially if you are suffering or somebody in your family that's suffering from Parkinson's. This stuff needs to be shared with people. That's the whole purpose of all this stuff. And I hope you guys have a great turnout. And I know you said you raised $23,000 before. Is that right?
Yeah. Every year we've been over $20,000, which is amazing.
Wow. Wonderful. Good job. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We go. You got it. Thanks for listening and watching us here in Iowa Crossroads.